The Salem witch trials, tracing a town's unusual evolution from paranoia to forgiveness. The Salem witch trials unfolded in colonial Massachusetts during the period spanning from early 1692 to mid-1693. During this tumultuous time, over 200 individuals found themselves accused of practicing witchcraft, which was often associated with the devil's malevolent influence, and tragically, 20 of these accused individuals faced execution. In the year 1711, colonial authorities took a step towards rectifying the injustice of the trials by granting pardons to some of the accused and providing compensation to their families. However, it wasn't until July 2022 that the name of the last convicted Salem witch, Elizabeth Johnson Jr., was officially cleared of any wrongdoing, marking a significant milestone in the long journey towards justice. Since the 17th century, the saga of the Salem witch trials has become a symbol of paranoia and injustice. Fueled by a potent blend of xenophobia, religious extremism, and simmering social tensions, this dark chapter in history continues to captivate the collective imagination even after more than 300 years have passed. Salem's growing tensions. During the medieval and early modern periods, numerous religions, including Christianity, propagated the belief that the devil had the ability to bestow upon individuals known as witches the capacity to inflict harm upon others in exchange for their allegiance. This period bore witness to a tumultuous wave of hysteria, often referred to as the witchcraft craze, which swept across Europe from the 1300s until the close of the 1600s. Tragically, tens of thousands of individuals, predominantly women, who were accused of being witches, fell victim to this mass hysteria and were subjected to execution. The Salem witch trials, occurring at a time when the European craze was subsiding, can be attributed to specific local circumstances that precipitated their onset. The commencement of the witch hunt. In January 1692, strange occurrences began in Salem when 9-year-old Elizabeth Parris and 11-year-old Abigail Williams, along with 12-year-old Ann Putnam Jr., exhibited bizarre behavior such as fits, screaming, and contortions. A local doctor attributed these events to the supernatural. Under pressure from magistrates Jonathan Corwin and John Hathorne, the girls accused 3 women of afflicting them: Tituba, an enslaved Caribbean woman of the Parris family; Sarah Good, a homeless beggar; and Sarah Osborne, an elderly, impoverished woman. These women were brought before the magistrates and questioned, with Tituba eventually confessing to serving the devil and describing elaborate visions. This confession sparked a wave of accusations over the next few months. Even loyal church members like Martha Corey were accused, causing widespread concern in the community. The paranoia escalated in April when Deputy Governor Thomas Danforth and his assistants became involved, leading to the questioning of dozens of people from Salem and other Massachusetts villages. The atmosphere of suspicion and fear grew, casting a dark shadow over the region. In May 1692, Governor William Phips established a special court of oyer and terminer for Suffolk, Essex, and Middlesex counties, marking the beginning of the Salem witch trials. The first accused witch, Bridget Bishop, known for gossip and promiscuity, proclaimed her innocence but was found guilty and hanged on June 10th at Gallows Hill. Shortly after the court's formation, Cotton Mather, a respected minister, urged against relying on spectral evidence, testimonies based on dreams and visions. However, the court mostly disregarded this plea, leading to the hanging of numerous individuals in July, August, and September. Increase Mather, president of Harvard and Cotton Mather's father, joined the criticism of spectral evidence on October 3rd, emphasizing the importance of protecting the innocent. Responding to these concerns and influenced by his wife's own accusation, Governor Phips halted further arrests and released many accused witches. He dissolved the Court of Oyer and Terminer on October 29th, replacing it with a Superior Court of Judicature that rejected spectral evidence and convicted only 3 out of 56 defendants. By May 1693, Governor Phips had pardoned all those imprisoned on witchcraft charges. Nevertheless, the Salem witch trials had already taken a devastating toll. With 19 individuals hanged on Gallows Hill, Giles Corey pressed to death with heavy stones, at least 5 accused dying in jail, and even animals being killed due to mass hysteria in Andover and Salem Village, where 2 dogs were believed to be linked to the devil. Reviving reputations, restoring good names. In the years following the trials and executions, certain individuals, including Judge Samuel Sewall and accuser Ann Putnam, publicly admitted their errors and guilt. On January 14, 1697, the Massachusetts General Court issued a proclamation for a day of fasting and introspection to reflect on the Salem tragedy. In 1702, the court officially deemed the trials as unlawful. In 1711, the colony passed legislation to restore the rights and honor the reputations of many of the accused individuals, also providing a total of £600 in restitution to their heirs. However, it wasn't until 1957, more than 2.5 centuries later, that Massachusetts issued a formal apology for the events of 1692. Interestingly, Johnson, a woman who had been accused and exonerated in July 2022, was inexplicably excluded from the 1957 resolution. Fortunately, she received an official pardon following a successful lobbying campaign led by a group of 8th grade civics students. In the 20th century, the Salem witch trials continued to captivate the imagination of artists and scientists alike. Playwright Arthur Miller brought the story back to life with his 1953 play, The Crucible, using the trials as an allegory for the anti-communist McCarthyism that was prevalent in the United States at the time. Scholars presented various theories to explain the unusual behavior witnessed in Salem. Some scientists sought a medical explanation for the afflictions suffered by the accusers, while historians often rooted their theories in the tense socio-political atmosphere of the community. A hypothesis once considered on the fringe, particularly within historical circles, as reported by Vox, suggested that the accusers may have suffered from ergotism, a condition caused by consuming foods contaminated with the ergot fungus. Symptoms of ergotism include muscle spasms, vomiting, delusions, and hallucinations. Other theories emphasize a complex interplay of church politics, family feuds, and the hysteria of children, all occurring in a vacuum of political authority, as noted by Encyclopedia Britannica. The true causes of the witch hunt continue to be the subject of intense debate. In August 1992, marking the 300th anniversary of the trials, Nobel laureate E. Lee Wiesel inaugurated the Witch Trials Memorial in Salem. In the same city, the Peabody Essex Museum, home to the original court documents, hosted an exhibition that confronted and sought to reclaim the tragedy in late 2021 and early 2022. Finally, the Salem Witch Museum, the town's most visited attraction, stands as a testament to the enduring fascination of the public with the events of the 17th century hysteria. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with your family and friends.